Have you ever felt someone's power in their silence? They don't raise their voice. They don't argue. They simply step back. And suddenly, the air changes. You feel it before you understand it. Their absence becomes louder than their presence ever was. That's not manipulation. That's what Ibn Arabi once called the withdrawal of light. The quiet moment when someone stops feeding your chaos. When their energy, once constant, disappears, and your world begins to tilt without it. We live in a network of unseen exchanges. Every word, every favor, every time you show up when your heart wants to rest. You hand something over. It's not money. It's not even time. It's energy, life force, presence. And the strange thing? Most of us don't even realize it's happening. Centuries ago, Ibn Arabi warned of what he called the scattering of essence, the way a soul can be stretched thin across too many hands, too many demands, until what remains is only a shadow of the original self. You wake up tired though you've slept. You open your phone and feel something heavy before the day even begins. Certain names make your stomach twist. Certain conversations leave you drained long before they're over. That's not sensitivity. That's recognition. Your system knows something your mind refuses to admit. You've been leaking. Energy never disappears, it transfers. And there are people in your life, some you love deeply, some you barely know, who've learned, consciously or not, how to draw from you. They don't take it by force. They take it through expectation, through the quiet understanding that you'll always answer, always help, always be available. Think about the last time your phone rang, and every cell in your body whispered, "Don't pick up," but you did anyway. That single moment, that tiny override of your own truth, is where the leak begins. You betray your own boundary before anyone else does. And once others learn that pattern, they no longer ask permission. They just reach. Ibn Arabi described this as living in reaction instead of living in presence. When you react, you don't choose. You move according to someone else's pull, their urgency, their comfort, their need to be soothed. And over time, piece by piece, you stop being a person in your own story. You become a function in someone else's, a reflex, a resource, a role. There's a quiet violence in being too available, because once people know you'll always show up, they stop noticing the fact that you do. Your presence becomes background noise, expected, unacknowledged, until the moment you pull away. Then come the questions. Where were you? Why didn't you answer? Are you okay? But beneath those words lies another message. Why aren't you being who I need you to be anymore? That's the trap. We're taught that love equals availability. That connection means constant access. That distance means you've stopped caring. But Ibn Arabi knew better. He said, "Presence without boundary is not generosity, it is self-erasure." Most of us learned early that our worth is tied to what we can give. The quiet child who absorbs the tension in the room. The friend who becomes everyone's therapist. The adult who says yes because no one's felt like rejection. Those habits evolve. They get clever. They disguise themselves as kindness, as loyalty, as strength. Until you can't tell where you end and everyone else begins. You start to forget what your own peace feels like. You confuse exhaustion with purpose, and the world keeps taking, because you keep offering. Ibn Arabi called it the mask of usefulness. It's the self you put forward because it feels safe, the reliable one, the capable one, the one who never breaks. But over time, that mask becomes welded to your skin. Even you forget it's there. And the people around you, they stop seeing the real you. They see only the service you provide, the listener, the helper, the one who never complains. So when you finally grow silent, when you finally need, they don't notice, because you train them not to. That's how loneliness begins. To be surrounded by people who love what you do, but have no idea who you are. Ibn Arabi wrote that the soul knows when it's being honored and when it's being used. Your body knows too. That heaviness in your chest, that fatigue after certain conversations, that subtle dread before seeing certain faces. Those are not coincidences. They're alarms. But we've been taught to silence them, to be strong, to keep peace, to not make it awkward. Every time you override that inner voice, you fracture a little, not in ways the world can see, but in the quiet spaces of your spirit, a slow dissolving of self. Energy given to the wrong places doesn't return easily. It lingers in old conversations, in people who never gave back, in situations that demanded your presence but never deserved it. And the more you scatter, the harder it becomes to feel whole. One day, you look around and realize you've been acting, not deliberately, not cruelly, but performing a version of yourself that fits what others expect. And the exhaustion you feel, it isn't from living, it's from performing life. When you begin to pull back, when your answers come slower, your energy quieter, watch what happens. Some will understand. They'll adjust. They'll respect the shift. They'll ask if you're okay and truly wait to hear the answer. But others, they'll resist. They'll call you different, distant, changed, because what they really mean is, you're no longer who I need you to be for me. That's the hardest truth. Some relationships were never about you. They were about the comfort you provided, the emotional labor you gave, the light you shone, even when you were burning out. Ibn Arabi called that the illusion of closeness. It looks like connection, but it's dependency wearing a mask. And when you start protecting your energy, guilt will rise. It always does. It will whisper that you're being selfish, that you're pushing people away, that you've changed. But guilt is just a sign of new boundaries. It's the echo of an old habit dying. Beneath it lives a deeper belief that your needs don't matter as much as everyone else's. That peace must be earned by sacrifice. That rest must be justified by exhaustion. Ibn Arabi would call that a lie of the ego, because exhaustion is not devotion, and depletion is not love. Anyone who truly sees you will never ask you to disappear to keep them comfortable. There's another kind of power, not the loud kind, not the kind that demands, but the kind that comes quietly. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop overgiving, when you learn to sit in silence and let others feel the space you've reclaimed. That is the power of self-possession. The moment when your worth is no longer a reaction to how much you can do for others. When you understand that silence can hold more truth than 1,000 explanations. When you realize that stepping back is not cruelty, it's clarity. When you stop feeding chaos, chaos stops feeding on you. When you stop responding to every call, people begin to value the times you do. And when you stop performing, those who love the real you will stay. The rest will fade, revealing what was never love, only convenience. Ibn Arabi wrote that the soul returns to itself through withdrawal, not through isolation, not through bitterness, but through remembering. It's not about cutting people off. It's about calling your energy home, about reclaiming what you gave too freely. It's the slow process of remembering who you are when no one is demanding a piece of you. And this doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop caring at the expense of yourself. It means you start noticing the difference between connection and extraction. You start asking, am I giving from fullness or from emptiness? From love or from obligation? From joy or from guilt? And you honor that answer, no matter how inconvenient it feels. Most people who drain you don't mean harm. They just learn that when they reach, you respond. When they need, you provide. When they hurt, you heal. You train them that your energy was open-ended. But here's the shift. The moment you stop, the pattern collapses. and what remains is truth. Either a relationship that stands on mutual respect, or the realization that it was never a relationship at all. It was an exchange, and you were the currency. Ibn Arabi taught that not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone has earned your attention, your time, your presence. Withholding it is not coldness. It's discernment. It's the understanding that your energy is sacred, that your peace is not negotiable, that your life force is not a public resource. When you finally step back, when you reclaim what's yours, something within you begins to return. Not all at once, but slowly, like the tide coming home after a long absence. You start to recognize yourself again, not the version you perform, but the one underneath, the one who exists even when no one is watching, even when no one needs anything. That version of you has been waiting, patient, quiet, hopeful, waiting for you to remember, waiting for you to come back. And when you finally do, you understand what Ibn Arabi meant all along. You were never meant to be endlessly available. You were meant to be whole.